Hi guys, welcome to another episode on the channel. Today we're going to be covering this anti-tank mine crate. This crate held the M1 anti-tank mine and is one of my favourite items to use on display as a prop. So I'll load up a couple of photos of the ways I use it, show you different parts of the crate and what you can do with it. Right, so as you can see, the crate's got the markings on it. That's marked up that it has 5 of the M1 anti-tank mines on it, as well as 5 M1A1 fuses. This is markings on the top, the front, on both the sides. That's literally covered in the same markings. You've got the lot number of the fuses, the lot numbers of the mines, the date that was supposed to be packed, and then on the side here you also have the flame and bomb ordnance symbol that you've seen on items before. So unlike the other crate that we looked at for the 50 cal and 30 cal ammunition, this crate actually has a set of hinges on it, which could be locked if you wanted to, and actually does open up like a trunk of sorts. Now, this is only a reproduction crate. On a real one, there would be segments inside here, which would separate the anti-tank mines. They'd be easy enough to put in if you wanted to, but they don't come with these reproductions. Right guys, so obviously normally this crate would have the 5 anti-tank mines inside it, but the majority of the time when you're at displays you aren't going to be using it for that purpose. So I've come up with a few different ways to use this, which I'll cover quickly now to give you some ideas. So one of the first things I like to do with my anti-tank mine crate is I like to pop it in my Jeep. Now, the wheel wells in the rear, where there's little toolboxes in the back of a Jeep, this crate is almost built perfectly to size to fit on top of one of them. So you can pop that on there, strap it down, and you've got a chest that can be locked if you need it to. You could drill a hole in it and bolt it to the Jeep if you wanted to have a secure little storage area for it. That's one of the best ways I've found to use mine. Now, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but mine's actually faded slightly, where the line is where that would sit in the back of the Jeep. So that's one really good way of using it. You can also pop it on the passenger seat, or some people like to pop them on top of the front bumper. I don't like to do that because these are a bit really too big for that. I think they block off basically all your airflow and also hang off the front of the bumper a bit, and I'm just not a fan of driving around with stuff like that on mine. The second thing you can do with it is you obviously can use it in an ammo dump. You can pop it if you have an ammo cart, like I'm lucky enough to have a reproduction hand cart. You could put it in that, part of an ammo dump. That looks smart in there. Again, that can be secured to one of them if you wanted it to, for a bit more safety, if you want it for holding actual personal items. But if you get a lot of these, they do stack really well. In fact, if I can find a photo, I'll load it up here. I've even seen a picture in France where they were taking down an old building, and when they removed the plaster or the mortar on the outside of the wall, it turned out the house was basically just made out of these anti-tank mine crates. So they're fairly decent for stacking up. But probably my favourite thing to do with this prop in particular is to use it as essentially a poor man's trunk. So as I showed before with the hinges, this is very similar to having a footlocker. So if you can imagine, there's thousands of these boxes around. Someone could easily get hold of one of these and decide I'm going to use that in my tent. So it's a fair bit smaller than an actual footlocker as well. So I often, in my pup tent display, I'll have this to one side, I'll have the bed set up and everything to the other side, and have this set up so it looks like almost like it's been used as a footlocker. And here you go guys, you can just see here an example of the sort of size that the crate is. So we've got just a mess kit and a canteen and a pair of M43 trousers in here. So you can see there's enough space if you want to use this as a footlocker. You could probably, well you can fit an entire set of clothing in there, spares, and you can also fit in some food, some mess kits, some utensils, all stuff like that. If you needed to hide your electronics, anything like modern bits and pieces that you just want out of the way during the day, this is the perfect crate for it, and you can even lock it up for safety. Right guys, that finishes this video, just showing a quick overview of the anti-tank mine crate that I have here. If you want one of these for yourselves, one of these reproductions, if you Google World War II boxes, a company in the UK, you'll be able to get hold of one of them there. As always, please like and subscribe. Leave comments down below, any ideas that you have that you'd like me to cover, anything you'd like me to improve. I'm always happy to have a chat with you guys, so I look forward to hearing from you.